From the Oklahoman newsroom, this is an OSU update. I'm Jenny Carlson here with John Helsley. John, the Brad Underwood era underway, 2 games in officially as the regular season has gotten off and running. A Friday game and a Monday game. About to play again Wednesday at home. A lot of games here to start the season. But what have you noticed so far as this team transitions to a new coach, new system? What stands out to you after a couple games?
What really stands out to me, Jenny, is that this is a team very much still learning. Very different systems under Brad Underwood, a lot of motion on offense, requires a lot of passing. He wants the ball movement at a premium. They're not really getting that right now. They're not getting the backdoor looks that his offenses traditionally have. On the defensive end, they're playing very hard, still having a little bit of trouble there. It's crazy. He's really disappointed pretty much in the offensive end, and they've scored 100 points twice.
Well, is that just a product of some good players playing against some not great teams and just making the offense look good at this point?
There's a lot of that, really. And Phil Forte, Juwan Evans, Jeffrey Carroll's played really well off the bench twice. Everybody knows those names. Those are guys that have been around for a couple of years. They're really carrying the offense right now, but there's a couple of guys, Leighton Hammonds, Mitchell Solomon, Tavares Shine. Those 3 guys are really struggling to score and to stay on the floor because of foul trouble.
Well, let's talk about the foul trouble for a second because, like you said, defensively, you're seeing some signs of progress, but clearly you can't foul when you're playing defense. They had, especially game 2 on Monday night, had some big foul trouble. What's going on with guys? Just over-aggression or what's happening? Because they got to get these guys to stay on the floor.
I think there is a lot of what you say over-aggression. They're playing hard. It's almost like a hockey line style. You play as hard as you can, as long as you can, then you raise your hand and you go off and somebody else comes in. But in adjusting to that, I think they're going to have to be careful. The rules the last couple of years in college basketball really favor the guy that's dribbling the basketball. You can barely touch someone. Crowd was very unhappy last night. Brad Underwood was very unhappy last night. There were a lot of really ticky-tack type fouls. So they're going to have to adjust, though, because it looks like this is the way the game's going to be called.
You know, I mentioned they have another home game on Wednesday, but then the schedule starts to ramp up pretty quickly after that as they head off to the islands, off to Maui. What, in your mind, would they most need to take away from this upcoming stretch of games?
You know, they play New Orleans in a home game on Wednesday night. It's another game they should win. They need to be better in that game on both ends of the floor. And then you go to Maui, and it's not going to be any day at the beach. Bada-ba. But, you know, they're going to open with UConn, which has actually struggled to start the season. North Carolina's there. There's some really good teams over there. So there's a chance they're going to play some really serious competition over there. If they could win a game or two, you know, beat UConn and then play tough against North Carolina or somebody else, I think you can take away from some things there. But really just play better basketball. Yeah,
and 3 games in 3 days over there. And included in that is not only North Carolina, but Oregon, a team that a lot of people have at the top of their national rankings this year. A great tournament, a great test for the Cowboys. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.